Now this. Now this is how you start off an anime original. A Tokyo Ghoul glorious. Granted, this is the second episode, and not the first, but we had to brush things aside from the previous season under the rug so we can make way for this new, grandiose, awesome new season of Tokyo Ghoul. It's all original, all beautiful, and best of all, written by Shirai himself. That there reserves a thumbs up. But yeah, this episode it's pretty good. It's pretty great. Not like by any means it's not groundbreaking at all, but it gives you those Tokyo Ghoul vibes and feels. For anyone out there who, yeah, I was just who's a manga reader or anything, or any of that, can notice throughout this entire episode there is Easter eggs laid left and right, just being sprinkled all over the place, and I love it because I'm a big fan of stuff, and when I'm a big fan of stuff of any certain thing, I love seeing Easter eggs be presented there and everything, and it just makes the whole experience all that much more thrilling and fun. And it's just awesome. It's Tokyo Ghoul, for Christ's sake. How can you not love that? But yeah, fanboy aside, which I have to keep aside every single time because I cannot stop my fanboyism. But yeah, this episode, I love how it started off. It started off giving us a flashback, and not any no more typical bullshit flashback or whatever. A super cool, badass flashback of the second encounter that the CCG had with Ao and everything, and the badass fight that Arima, Mr. Badass, Mr. Awesome CCG top class investigator, whooping some ass. Also, we got to see all the a bit of some of the younger figures of a lot of the characters that we have now, like Shinohara, like Mado, and like I said, Arima and everything. We saw them there and their younger forms and everything, and they look pretty cool for the most part. I'm not a big fan of a younger version of Shinohara because I just think he looks a tad odd and everything. But hell, I just prefer the older version and everything. But yeah, that awesomeness. And then after that, we have that little special meeting of all the top class investigators and everything. And and them discussing all the stuff that's been happening over the past 6 months, because apparently, we had a time skip going around here between episode 1 of this season and between episode 2 here, which is understandable also because I know that's a typical thing that's to happen, because as like I'm gonna constantly be saying, like I was a manga reader and everything, I know there's a time skip that happens shortly after the Aogiri arc is over. There's a 6 month time skip. We don't know what the fuck happened there, but then we just jump right into more awesome, cool Tokyo Ghoul stuff. But yeah, it's basically just like the manga here. We have a 6 month time skip and everything, and we learn a few things, a lot of real cool things. Like for example, Kaneki, or Eye Patch as the CCG likes to call him, has garnered quite a name over the past 6 months. He's become he's been just cruising around, just his little team of Aogiri members and everything, and him also with apparently teaming up with Yato and everything, which would make kind of an awkward or weird partnership. But I guess from the past 6 weeks, they made it work and everything. I mean, Yato doesn't hate his guts, or well, he doesn't look so much every single goddamn time that he hates his guts. But whatever. Yeah, we have him. Apparently, he and Ayato have been doing stuff in the ninth and 10th ward. Just getting control over that ward and everything, and just assuming dominance in there. That's now that ward is controlled by Aogiri and everything, and that stuff. And the CCG is very scared of this, obviously, because the ghouls are garnering more power and everything. They're getting more control over more districts. They think they're possibly the Aogiri wants to take control of Tokyo and everything, starting from that district there, moving on further from further districts over there. But yeah, and basically they want every single ward, every single CCG, station in there to be on high alert, and because anything could happen, anything could hit the shitstorm immediately. So everyone needs to be prepared and ready for anything. Yeah, Basically CCG just wants Ao and Aogiri exterminated because that's a threat to them and to everybody, and they stand for exterminating all ghouls and all this other shit. But yeah, I will mention that this episode had quite a lot of comedy in it, and that's something that I really enjoyed because Tokyo Ghoul, the manga itself, has quite a lot of comedy in it, and it's fun, it fits, it's great. It just felt like this episode was clearly off the page of a chapter or of Tokyo Ghoul and everything. Although there was a lot of stuff here that was not in the manga, only a few things that were just very little and everything, but everything just flowed and meshed so well that I just loved it. I saw no problem here whatsoever. I am not. Well, I'm sort of just bitching a little. I'm just bitching over the fact, and basically, I really love this season. It didn't. The first episode didn't just come off with a hitch. It wasn't a home run immediately. Like I said in my last review, I really started liking the first episode throughout its second half. The first half really just bored me and was like, meh. And that was the actual manga stuff in there. But it just didn't do it well enough. But now that we have all this other shit that we, from previous season, that taken care of, like I said, we can just start off fresh with this new season, Tokyo Ghoul, and just have no problems whatsoever. And they're doing great work, but granted, Ishida wrote the season himself, so I see no problem there whatsoever. I mean, he's doing a great job right there. He does so in the manga, he's doing so in the season of Tokyo Ghoul. Love the man, love the man. But yeah, the whole thing with Nishio and Loser. Well, the bird's called Hetori and everything, but that it was in the manga it was translated as Loser and everything. That's what I call him. But yeah, the bird with a little star and everything, just pecking on his little head and just him calling shit bird and all this other stuff and just pooping and the bird pooping on him. That was really funny, really nice, enjoyable. It was fresh. I liked it a lot. Also, we learned that Toka is deep in studying everything because she wants to go to a good university and all that. And apparently she wants to go to Kami University because that's a university that Kaneki used to go to. And every goddamn person that's around Toka knows that she wants to go there for the specific reason that Kaneki went there. But she goes like, no, that's not like it. Girl, stop bullshitting. We know it's because of Kaneki. We just know. You can't hide that shit anywhere. But yeah, that there was that sorry, I'm trying to remember right now. I watched this episode like 3 times, but my mind sometimes scatters. We have that. Also, we have we see a bit here and there all over the place laid out about a bit of Aogiri and what they're up to, but we don't see much to know. Well, we know because of what the CCG told us, except precisely what they're doing, but we just don't know what Kaneki, I still want to goddamn know what it is that he wants to achieve through Aogiri, because I have no God-given goddamn clue. I wish I did, because honestly, I don't know why our lovable, badass, near the end and everything, given all this awful torture and all that shit, but still good-hearted person, Kaneki, would want to switch sides and go to the dark side over here to the light side. I just do not understand why, and I would like to know eventually, which, like any good story, they're gonna tell us anything that they hope to. Yeah, you know what I mean. But yeah, eventually we'll know just what his goals are, what he wants to achieve through Aogiri. Yeah. What else happened? Oh yeah, we got introduced to Amon's new partner, which is Akira and everything, Mado's daughter, which is pretty awesome, pretty cool. I love the character. She's great and all. A lot of you, she did come off this episode as a bit of a, I don't even have a precise word to describe her, but a lot of people could just tend to not like her from this first viewing of her. But I will tell you this, she later chills more than she is now. This is how she typically is and all, but she learns to mesh well with everyone else throughout the more you see her. So you don't have to worry about her just be constantly like this. For any of you who do not like her, you'll love her. Don't worry about it. Hopefully, you will. I'm hoping you do because I love her. She's great. Oh, she's really fun, and I love like the comedy. Everything. Like I said, like Akira gave some of the best comedy throughout this entire episode. With her interaction with Amon and everything. I love that shit. It was really great. Also, she is a genius because she theoretically, yeah, tongue tied, figured a bunch of shit that we all know and everything. Given just a bit of information about that she knows of what's been happening in 28th Ward. She knows that Rize is dead, and that possibly there's another organization on Take and everything working in the 28th Ward, distributing food and everything for every ghoul out there, so they don't have to, so there's no danger in that ward and all that shit. And it's all a theory, but it's a very goddamn real theory, if anything. Yeah, we have that. She's a genius. I love her. She is awesome. What else did we have? Trying to remember what else happened. I have no clue. What the hell? What else happened? Oh yeah, another thing that happened was another thing I want to mention is that Iwo had a theory towards Owl because last episode we know that he was a little bit shifty about Owl at the end and all that shit. So he came up. We don't exactly know what he said. I mean, I do, but anyone could guess. To be quite honest, he thinks there's because he was questioning the owl that he encountered the first time with the owl he encountered this time, and given that there were deaths the first time, and yet the second time there were no deaths, so only a lot of injuries. CCG members and all that. So he theorized, obviously, clearly that there's probably more than just one owl. That there's clearly two owls. If any of you couldn't have figured that out simply with the information given, any of you who and everything, it's kind of obvious. Anyone who has a rational brain could just figure that out, or can theorize and all that. But yeah, we have that thing and all that. Also, we see a bit of Hide and what he's up to. He's working as a part-timer at the CCG and all that. It's kind of nice seeing more of Hide because he's definitely going to be a crucial part in this shit because it's fucking Hide. We all fucking love Hide. But yeah, it's great seeing more of him. What else happened? My mind's just trying to piece through everything. What else happened? I do not have. Well, I think I've just talked about everything, honestly. Like, well, most of stuff. The last that happened was scenes of Aogiri making their move and everything, and near the end we got that little. Also, oh yeah, I forgot about this too. I didn't mention it last time in my first review of episode 1 and everything. But there obviously were these mysterious two girls and everything, mysterious figures, everything in the shadows looking around, and we get to see them again in this episode. And I'm like, whoa! I really want to see what they're up to, what they're gonna do, because I am interested a lot. It could be very good, whatever comes of that. It's nice. But yeah, that, and I think the last thing I'm going to mention is the whole thing with Eto and all that stuff, because that's awesome. Like, little Eto just scurrying all over the place, just going to her little secret uh her little secret room and everything, but like whatever, yeah. Her little secret room and her undressing and all that, and looking all that sexy, I guess. But we didn't see much of her, to be quite honest. We just saw the robe coming off and a few of the bandages and everything all over her face and all that. I really want to see Eto. I want to see Eto's face because Eto's awesome and she's so good. She's man, she is a goddamn adorbs, and I want to see full flesh Eto in anime and everything because she's great. That little smile of hers, it had me going. You're so awesome because she's great and all. It just had me fanboying, and near the end with her thing and going Kaneki, yeah. It was really cute and all, and it kind of makes it look like Eto has a thing for Kaneki. So yeah, I wonder how that's gonna turn out. Hopefully, it turns out exciting and good. Yeah, hopefully it does. I would love to see some Eto and Kaneki. A lot of people, I'm pretty sure, would ship those two. I personally am a shipper of Token Kaneki. The normal ship, the ship we should all be sailing to. But I don't mind some Rize and Kaneki or some Eto and Kaneki because, God, you gotta love your psychopathic bitches. Am I right? Am I right? No, I'm pretty sure I'm wrong. No. Yeah, I think that's about it. I've talked about nearly everything. This episode was really good. It gave us a lot of info. It progressed a lot of stuff, I guess you could say. Yeah, because it did with the CCG with them. Uh, it was a good episode, but I think I'm gonna give this one 7 because it was good, but it just wasn't all that great. I'm not saying because I didn't get my action and all that. I'm just saying because there wasn't that much. But okay, yeah. I think that's about it. So with that said, see you soon. Do something new.